Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Devia. I hope that you guys always in a good condition and stay healthy during this quarantine time. Several times ago, I watched the news from CNN that conflict happened in Kashmir. Even though this conflict has been going for a long time ago, but maybe several of you still confused what is exactly going on in Kashmir. Moreover, I will try to give you deeper understanding regarding to this conflict. But don't worry, you will not see me for the next 10 minutes video because I will invite my friend to help me explaining this conflict.
Hello Devia and hello everyone. My name is Tristofa and I just want to say that's right what Devia already said. Today we will be discussing about the Kashmir Dispute. It is between the region of India and also Pakistan. So without further ado, to make a clear explanation about it, please check out the video after this, and in the end of this video we will also give our opinion about how to solve this conflict.
The conflict is about Kashmir territory dispute, including both regions, India and Pakistan. During the British colonial period, India and Pakistan divided into several regions led by a prince that demanded freedom from British colonial. There are two major countries given freedom, namely India with a majority of Hindu and Pakistan with a majority of Muslim. This division is based on culture and geographical of each regions. Then, what happens to other regions? They are free to choose on either India or Pakistan. How about Kashmir? Maharaja Singh, the Kashmir leaders, know that Kashmir will be a neutral region. And why Kashmir being in this dispute? Because its majority is Muslim, however their leader is Hindus. And Kashmir territory also have a beautiful highline view. This is one of the reasons why Kashmir. The beginning of the dispute started after Pakistan sent troops to the corridor near Kashmir. Hari Singh appealed to the Indian government for military assistance, then fled to India. He signed the Instrument of Accession, ceding Kashmir to India on October 20. India and Pakistan forced to fought their first war over Kashmir in. The causes of this conflict, including colonial boundaries, Muslim separation elections, religious riot, and also identity of the region itself. The impact of this conflict, including intervention of other countries, ceasefire, killing, human rights violations, and South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation suspension. They got suspended because cannot resolve this problem, as India and Pakistan are part in these regional organizations. The actors that involved in this conflict are India, Pakistan, Russia, USA, United Nations, and also SAARC.
As a result of the First Pakistan-India War in 1947 fighting over Kashmir, the region was divided into two parts, namely Kashmir over Pakistan and India over Kashmir. Because there is a division of territory, so it creates an area called the Line of Control. The division of region creates other problems such as the difficulty to access public transportation, and sometimes many things happened in this border, like the armed clash that killed several soldiers. In 2005, the LOC was opened for the first transportation route between Pakistan and India. In 2008, they opened the gate for trading at LOC. Actually, this is one of Pakistan's efforts in diplomacy with India, because at that time, Pakistani politics was unstable due to the coup d'etat of Sharif's government by the opposition. Then, Pakistan wants to improve their image in the view of international community. In 2019, Kashmir atmosphere heats up again because of a bomb war killed 40 Indian soldiers. India blamed Pakistan militant for the attack. In the other side, Pakistan, which has always been accused of being terrorist supporter, refused to be blamed. So, the question is, what is actually Kashmir conflict? Based on our understanding, we conclude that this conflict is interstate conflict. Interstate conflict is a conflict between two or more states who use their respective national forces in the conflict. One key indication of interstate conflict is reflected by power dynamic and power distribution. When one state is clearly the leader in military power, there is a little chance of a large war breaking out. However, when there is a bipolar or multipolar power, there is a large opportunity for war to breaking out between countries. It has been almost 70 years since the war between India and Pakistan dispute for Kashmir. After India launched its nuclear, Pakistan also participated in the development of the new military technology. They argue that if India has nuclear weapon, so Pakistan must also have as the self-defense from nuclear attack. In international relations, it is always discussed on the concept of balance of threat, that is a country's effort to equalize threat from other countries. This is also practiced by both countries, India and Pakistan. They trying to improve their nuclear technology and also sending their military troops. If we see this conflict from Islamic perspective, this conflict is still far to reaching a peace agreement. One of the strategies thought by Rasulullah is clean diplomacy, that is diplomacy without lies and hypocrisy. Although there have been many agreements to reconcile between India and also Pakistan, but all those agreements are failed because both parties still maintain their national interests. Based on Islamic perspective, we believe that the resolution of Kashmir conflict can follow the example of Medina Charter. It has been proven that the existence of Medina Charter is able to reduce and resolve the conflict. The Medina Charter gives consent to Muslim and non-Muslim community as one nation, the Jews and the Christian, and other non-Muslim community will be protected from all of discrimination. In addition, the Medina Charter really determines all parties to get the same assistance regardless the ethnicity and the religion. Here, the Prophet became as the mediator or Al-Hakam, which is united all of the differences and also accommodate the agreement. Thus, the success of the Medina Charter created a pluralistic and harmonious society. In the Kashmir conflict, Pakistan wants to save the Muslim community. On the other hand, India also has its own interests. The application of Medina Charter is very suitable and can be a middle ground for this interstate conflict. The first thing that can be done is appointed a Hakam that is considered independent and capable in justice. Then they can have some discussion regarding to the main problem and localize the problem by involving all parties, India, Pakistan, and Kashmir community itself. By involving all parties, it can form a fair agreement. Last but not least, they must agree that if one side violates the agreement, so they must be sanctioned.
So, after seeing the video previously, I hope all of you gain more knowledge about what is exactly happening in the Kashmir Dispute. Now, let's have a little bit of discussion. Do you guys know why Pakistan government or the Pakistan itself eagerly want Kashmir to their side or enter their territory or become one with the Pakistan itself? Okay, I already mentioned before that the majority of the Kashmirian are Muslim, and it is also become the reason why Pakistan really eager to try to make the Kashmir region as their part. And throughout the partition between India and Pakistan since 1947, there are a lot of bloodshed, the killing, and also violation happened because of the war. And who are the victims of this conflict or the war? Of course, it is the Kashmirian people, mostly the Muslim people there, and also the military group. There are bloodshed everywhere, and there's so many casualties. And along of the year, there are a rise of the Islamic phobic in India and causing very bad discrimination to the Muslim. And it is also happened in the Kashmir region that controlled by the India, or we can say Indian over Kashmir territory. As the Pakistani people were an Indian Muslim, so of course they feel bound to the Kashmir regions because they share the same brotherhood as a Muslim. And the Pakistan itself choose the tragedy that happened in Kashmir as their trauma, as their motivation, as their sadness, as their encouragement, as their power. And also Kashmir become their symbol, their identity. So if Kashmir is gone or not belong to the Pakistani people anymore, it means that the symbol or the identity of Pakistan will be disappeared and gone. So what they should do next? Of course, they should compromising this conflict and resolve it as soon as possible. In our group, we think that the best solutions for this dispute is through a mediations. And this mediation actually not to resolve the territory dispute, however, to lessen and reduce the violence and discrimination that happen on the Muslim people in Kashmir, mostly in the Indian over Kashmir's territory. So the Pakistan government or other Pakistan people will rest assured that their Muslim brother in Indian over Kashmir's region will be stay safe. And also this mediation should be conducted by the SAARC's member. Why SAARC? Because India and Pakistan, both of them is part of these organizations. And also, why not the core state? Because sometimes when the core states interfere, they cannot become a natural mediator. They must be bringing their national interest there, so it wouldn't be a fair resolve. So the point of having this mediation is hopefully they can create an agreement to reduce the conflict tension, or specifically the discrimination and violence in India over Kashmir regions. And through the agreement, hopefully both sides will be agree on and will make more peace conditions so there won't be damage and casualties and the victims. So that's all about our group video. Hopefully our view guys can gain more knowledge with this, and thank you.